Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mid-States Live. Here tonight, we've got, as you see on the scroller there, Barb and Jeff. They'll be on in just a minute. They're waiting for us in the green room, and they survived the snowstorm up there, and they got a couple photo bombers as well. We are live on Instagram. I got it figured out, so we're going to have that going tonight as well.
There we go.
So if you want to check us out, we're on YouTube as well. Give us a like and a subscribe there. We'd really appreciate it. So with that being said, let's get some of this banners out of the way, tickers out of the way, and let's start welcoming some folks on here.
We are
What
live.
up? Yeah, I know.
I got the Instagram up. I got the Facebook. And
I know.
I got everything up and running right now.
Awesome. We got a great show tonight, folks. Like I said, we've got Barb and Jeff, and they're going to tell us about how things are working over in the top of Iowa, or more commonly known as Mason City. Mr. Alvarado, how are you tonight? Thanks for popping in.
What's up, Nick? Live on Instagram.
That might be, minus 20-something wind chill. Well, that's better than a couple of days earlier. That was not that great. So we appreciate everybody popping in tonight. We hope you all have a great time on the show, watching and learning. Let me get some of the feeds up and going.
Might learn something every once in a while.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, Mason City is having their show this weekend up at the shop, which you'll get to see part of today.
A little bit of it, yeah. This is kind of fun. I got like all sorts of feeds.
I know.
I got to scroll
That's the
between
one
them all.
What's going
It
on?
seemed like forever since I was able to watch basketball in a busy life. Yeah, it unfortunately happens.
Let's get this one going.
Mr. Hunter is in the house. What's up?
Okay, so let's see here. Our feed
Is live.
Oh, we gotta put that one up there.
Everyone has
Yeah.
bets on how many times. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go with at least 3 times.
3 times. I gotta. That might be a little rough there.
And now Nick's over on the Facebook. Boy, he's just bouncing back and forth.
All right, let's do this. Let's bring our special guest for the night on to. All right, Mr. Jeff Hanson, Miss Barb Robles, welcome to Mid-States Live. And how are you all doing tonight?
We are doing well. Cold, but well.
Yeah.
So you look like you're bundled up there a little bit.
Just came in.
Yeah. Is it windy out there like it is here? Because I had to redo my driveway there, Miss Deb.
Oh, that's one. Even if it was accidental, it still counts. So,
No, that was accidentally on purpose.
purpose, accidental, still counts. That's one.
Over under 5 on that. So let's get this thing started. We'll start with Mr. Jeff there. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you're connected to the top of Iowa.
Well, I'm a car dealer. We've been in the car business since 1980, and we sell funeral coaches here.
Ooh, nice. I like me some funeral coaches. Those are cool.
And I guess I'm the president of the club.
Yes.
I guess.
You guess.
Nice. Anything else today, Jeff? Anything else that you want to share with us as far as, what you're into, what you like, what brought you here?
Well, what I like a lot of Hot Wheels. I got a few of those around here.
I know the feeling.
And I've always liked cars from the time that I was just a little guy. So
Nice.
Hot Wheels and diecast stuff fits in real well with that.
Very
Nice.
nice. I do like the funeral coaches. I did not know that, so I actually learned something tonight. So that's cool. I am a big fan of the hearses. I have quite a few of those. So very cool.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks, Jeff. Now, Miss Barb, what
Yes.
can you tell us about yourself that we probably don't know already?
Well, a lot of you know me, but I'm Barb Robles. My late husband and Jeff started, well, with a bunch of other people, started this club years ago. And so I'm continuing on in the hobby because obviously I love it as well. We're pretty much community driven here and family driven. So, yeah, we really have a good time up here in Mason City, wouldn't you say?
I think so.
I think so. And my position here is I'm the mom, and right,
Yeah.
I'm the mom and the cook and the chief complaint handler, if there is one. What else do I do here? A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, we both do. We both do.
He helps keep things organized a little bit. She and Jonathan make sure that we have flyers that look good and name tags and like good stuff.
Yeah.
All that
And-
official stuff.
Official.
And
Right.
an amazing potluck, or not really a potluck,
Oh.
but it's amazing lunch. We'll go that
And-
route.
Fantastic food.
Yes, amazing food.
I don't do it all by myself, though. I have a lot of help. So
Yes, you do. But I'm just saying, like, I remember those firecrackers, and those were amazing.
You know, I try to do something different every show. I've got something up my sleeve for the next show that you're probably not going to be here, but you personally would like, Brent.
Oh.
So
Spicy.
You'll have to message me what it is, or shoot me a picture on,
I will- well,
this
it's-
weekend.
I pay attention to TikTok. I know I get it. I'm old, but and so I pick up some of those viral recipes on TikTok. Everybody loves. So I have a viral TikTok recipe that I'm going to try. So
There you go.
it's all fun, you know.
As long as you're
If
having
I
fun.
can't try something new on Friends, who can I try it on, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we've kind of got into the first question a little bit. What is special about this year for the club? And either one of you can go ahead and answer that one.
We both probably will talk about it.
Well, this is the 20th year, so we're celebrating that this year.
And it's actually, they've been together longer than 20 years, the main group of these people, but they didn't come together as a club until 20 years ago. They would meet at K-Days or in front of the, peg hooks at Target, and friendships were formed and people were talking to each other. And then they'd come out here every Saturday, I don't know, for a couple of years
Yeah.
before they actually formed the club. So it's just kind of unique that way. They didn't actually think about coming together. I think they went. Did you go down to Des Moines? Is that what happened?
Yeah, Dave started getting us to go down to Des Moines to the All Iowa shows, and then we decided maybe we could do one here. So we started that, and it became a club, and we have a lot of fun.
Yes, you guys do, and it's an. Oh, we're gonna have to make it back up there here soon. 'Cause that-
You guys are going to have to come back.
yeah, it's a good time up there, and just looking behind you is the reason I like coming up there. It's because man, whoo, there's so much cool stuff on the walls up there.
Yep.
I think that's one of the best secrets about that location is the history museum that is up there and all the cool stuff. I just remember seeing the one little section of walls from like the top almost all the way to the bottom with nothing but the black box mystery cars blisters.
Yep.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, there's quite a few mystery car blisters in that stack.
I like looking at all the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of errors on the walls.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm a
That's
big
my-
error
that's-
guy.
That's my favorite thing is collecting errors.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them at the Des Moines show, and that you've picked up, and I've been jealous quite a few times of some of the errors that you've managed to get. So
Yeah, definitely on the bucket list. We do need to go up there again. I thoroughly enjoyed the atmosphere up there. Very quiet, very calm, very relaxed until the racetrack came out, and then it
I was
was
just going to say,
all
what is he
crazy.
talking about?
All craziness.
it gets loud when the kids get having a fun, which is great because they're the future of the hobby. So as long as they're having a blast, that's all that counts. So
I had somebody say to me, I don't know, a few months back, why are the kids singing and chanting here? And I'm like, isn't that a good thing?
Yeah.
That like they're chanting, they're loving it. So, yeah, we have a lot of kids that love to race, and they love the atmosphere, and they love the family feel of it.
Yep.
I would say, yeah.
And a lot of times we get sibling rivalries when they're racing or racing
Yep.
against mom and dad, and
Yep.
they do throwing a little shade and chanting about who's going to win.
yeah, it's a
all
good
good.
time.
It's all good.
So, Jeff, can you tell me how the origins of the club came together, other than what Barb's kind of mentioned of the K days and the Target runs, and what really drove you guys to say, hey, we need to make this legal? Like,
Well, basically, what we said, that's what
Dave.
what drove it, and Dave was the one
Dave,
who was pretty much the driver as far as forming an actual club.
gotcha.
it was more that we might as well be somebody and get together as a club and get recognized as a club, even on a national level, and actually start to build a community around our name. And that's really what it was.
Right.
We wanted to build a community, a place where people can come and know that we would be here, and we had scheduled shows instead of them just popping in on a Saturday, because they still come here on Saturday morning,
Oh yeah,
and that's never stopped.
Nice.
Since the 30 years, close to 30,
20,
at least 25.
3 or 4.
Yeah. But that's never stopped. People.
Photo bomber.
Photo bomber. Yep.
See, and I missed it. They're quick.
She's
It's a black
thinking
cat.
about it.
Oh,
It's not the 13th, right? It's not Friday the 13th, right?
I'm not superstitious at all, so
Okay. Aren't ya?
no, I'm not. I'm really not.
But really, that's really what happened is that they decided as a group.
We had the space here,
Yeah.
and so we decided that was a good opportunity to try having the shows. And then once everything got going, Dave was able to pull together some of the guys that were at the All Iowa show, and some of the guys from Minnesota, and it just gelled that way.
We started feeding people because a lot of the people up in this area were diabetic, and we found out at 11 o'clock they hadn't eaten and they didn't want to leave, because really it's a lot of family sit down talk kind of conversation places here, and we found out that if we had food here they stayed.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started early on with food.
Right.
Yeah, early on with food. And then it just became our thing,
Nice.
Yeah, and food definitely helps drive people to stay around and hang out.
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
Yeah, it helps
absolutely.
me.
And it's more like a family. It's more like this is what happens on Thanksgiving when people get together, right?
It's kind of like a family reunion without fighting.
Except for the racing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've kind of talked a little bit about what the goal of the club is, with the family aspect and whatnot. Is there any other goals or objectives that you guys try to do or meet when you're together, or that stand out, or is it just that overall sense of family that really brings everybody together?
I think it's just really the overall sense of family, like you said.
And community.
Yeah.
If you actually look around here, there's a lot of, like you said, the history. There's a lot of history in North Iowa in this building. He has ads from maybe an old Cedars, or you have a lot of stuff here.
I like to collect a lot of different kinds of things. I'm not just stuck on diecast, I guess. And I like history, and like Barb says, I like history of this area.
Yeah, there is some history. There's some really.
I know
big
one
history.
of my first moments is when I had explained to one of Jack's granddaughters, who's grown now. She was looking in a cabinet or in one of Jeff's showcases, and she had never seen green stamps before. And she, you know what I'm talking about, right? She's like, "What are these?" Those are green stamps. Well, what are green stamps? And so it's actually an opportunity for us older folks, if you will, to explain to some of the other generations what some of that stuff is. You know, you've never seen a rotary telephone or green stamps, or you have a lot of unique things, eclectic things are in the showcase.
Yep.
So that's kind of a fun thing.
Is there a payphone up there?
Yeah, there's a payphone too.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Not a booth,
right.
just the kind that you used to use in the bar.
Oh, even better.
Very nice.
Okay, so what can you tell us about new things for this year for the club?
Go ahead.
Well, this year's our 20th anniversary since we became together when we formed a club. And so we've got special things planned all year long for club releases, club shows, little surprises. We're revamping and bringing back our Facebook page. So we apologize to the people out there that are members of the Top of Iowa Club. We'll be releasing tonight, or opening up tonight, our 2.0 version of our Facebook page. The reason why we haven't been active on it, to be quite frank, is David, my late husband, he was associated with that, and the email address that was associated with that went away. So every time somebody make a post or we respond on the post, David's relatives would get a notice that said David sent a message.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And so we wanted to alleviate that issue and alleviate that problem, and we just jumped on the bandwagon of Iowa Diecast, you know, and Joe Meek does a great job with that venue, or with that Facebook page too. But we felt like we needed our own up here, and our own identity and our own place to post. And so we kind of talked through that. So tonight we'll be releasing that right after the show. So people that we hope, the snowstorm didn't help us, right? But the people that are on the old page will get an invite for that. And then we'll post something even on the Iowa page so that people know how to find us.
And feel free to add it on ours too. We'll get people to come join you as well.
So we're pretty excited about that. But we have little things planned throughout the year. We have our very first show, to my recollection anyway, that I was involved with, was right around our son Jonathan's birthday. And so Jonathan wanted to, when asked what he wanted for his birthday present this year, he wanted to do a pop-up here for the club, because he wanted to do a birthday party, a birthday party for the club. And so we have Gene. Do you know who Gene is? Timothy Gene's Customs. He's done a special car for us in a couple colors. So we'll be having those at a show we'll be releasing that when we figure it out 100%. We need to run a few dates, because, to be honest, if you look at dates in the Midwest on shows, There's shows all the time.
right?
We are blessed to have as many clubs as we do in the Midwest. And to be honest, we kind of walk on each other. Your club and our club, Mid-States and on top of Iowa. A lot of times you're setting up on a Saturday night when we're running a show on a Saturday for a Sunday venue. And that's not by design. That's not to be mean. That's just
how it happens.
Yeah. I mean, I personally tend over 20 shows a year. That's a lot of shows in 52 weeks, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, and 20 or more.
Yeah.
You know, so it is a tough thing to get that all scheduled. So we're working through when the best time, we're looking at a May time frame, but we're looking to do a birthday pop-up for Jonathan, and we'll have birthday surprises then and some special things that Jonathan has done. And then every show there'll be a few special things happening. Our June, in June, we will have, in conjunction with Chris Stangler and the CS Custom Group, Chris will be releasing at his convention on the East Coast a special car that involves our club. It's a Johnny Lightning release.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
I'm not going to actually tell you the car or the casting or whatever it is, because it is a surprise, and it'll be released in the June time frame. But you will be able to get that through us, and doing some pre-orders and stuff closer to the time frame, and we'll have more information out with that. But we're pretty excited about it. It's actually a pretty exciting thing.
Yeah.
Thanks, and we like to say thanks to Chris, because we wouldn't have even known about this opportunity had not Chris, without him. Right. And he, by the way, will be here at Saturday's show. If you all are Chris Stangler fans and want to see him or talk to him or meet him, he'll be here on Saturday. That's the plan at this point, depending on weather, I guess.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
weather permitting.
That evil fluffy stuff is flying everywhere lately.
Oh,
around
I know.
around our pretty much the whole middle of the entire, from the Midwest all the way to the East Coast is just buried in snow right now. So
it's not supposed to snow on Saturday, so we're hoping that they're right.
Well, let's fingers crossed, because I've had enough of this stuff already for the year. I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. But, we do need a little moisture, and we get that. But, but we could do with some rain.
Yeah, I can handle rain. It's just this.
Sounds
when it's,
like we might get that in the next week or so.
Might we? As long as rain don't turn to ice, so I'm good.
Yeah. It's supposed to warm up here next week, so I'm looking forward to that. And it's like, when you say warm up, it's like, 36 degrees, but it's like, that's a heat wave compared to the last couple. I mean, when the high was negative 20 the other day, it was like, I don't want to go outside.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. I know we've tried really hard to not go back to back with you guys this year. We really looked at it and worked really hard not to do that. So I'm quite proud that we are not doing that. So hopefully it'll give us more opportunities to come see you guys.
I know we did. We worked on that too. We looked at that too, because we are fairly close in proximity, and we do share a lot of members and people that like to go to both of our club shows. And we are fairly similar in how the club shows are run, I think. They're all different, though. Every show I'm involved with is different, and that's all a good thing. It's all member driven, and it's all what the members want.
Yep.
That's what
each show has its own character.
Yeah,
and
definitely true.
We appreciate all of them.
That's rare. I shouldn't say rare, but that's the way it should be. That's the way everybody should just be like, we're coming together to associate with, whether it be Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Johnny's, whatever, diecast as a whole. And that's what I loved about going up there the one time that we've been up there so far. So that's a hats off to you guys. So we've got a question here. And the question is, what are details of a normal Mason City show? Number of tables, cost of tables, cost, get in, start time.
We usually start setting up. Somebody's here at 7 o'clock in the morning. We usually have people, the public starts showing up maybe around 9 o'clock. There's no charge to get in here. Table rent is $15 for non-members, $10 for members. We have 27 tables, and they usually fill up in a hurry.
I do remember you guys use like all the space possible, every horizontal space possible.
Yeah, if we run out of tables, we can use some display. We can use some display case space also.
Yeah, that's what we used the one time that we'd been up there so far, and it was easy. It worked out really well. So,
Yep. That's awesome. I like that one.
kind of like to be a shopkeeper for a minute.
Yeah.
So I had a follow-up with that. What does it take, or what is the process to become a member of the Top of Iowa Club?
You talk to Jeff.
Uh-oh.
Talk to me and pay the dues. It's $25 a year, and with that, basically the big thing that we do is we have a club car every year now, and so that's what most of the dues go for, is to cover the cost of the club car.
Did you see our club cars this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm regretting not making it up to that one, because they didn't matter if it was Team Barb or Team Jeff. They were all.
Yeah, we have
very,
one
very,
here.
We have
Ooh.
Team Barb and Team Jeff, and we have a Chase too.
So this was one of our
That's Barb.
That's Barb. This was one of our chases. I don't know if you can see it.
Lift it a little higher.
There we go.
There
Perfect.
we go. Man, that is pretty.
That's pretty.
And so if you look real close, you can see there's a top hat on the door we have a Chase logo that we developed. So our chases only will have that Top of Iowa top hat on it.
Nice.
So we have some special cars coming for our cards this year as well.
Right.
And you can go ahead and show
I can show mine.
You can show yours.
You think yours is better than
Of
don't.
course I do.
There's mine.
Yeah. Nice.
Very
Honda
nice.
Prelude. Nice. I like
And
that
now
one.
Barb can show hers.
Yeah, that is.
That's nice too.
I'm sorry, but that's an amazing car right there.
Thank you. I thought so too.
Yeah.
So, and here's the deal: we both love each other's cars. It's
Yep.
not a negative vibe kind of thing between us. It's more fun,
Yep.
correct? I think people understand that when they're here and we're playing around
Right.
with it. I was at a new Prague show.
Come this way.
There you go. I was at a new Prague show, and somebody walked up to me and said, "Are you okay if I sell your Team Barb car? I don't want to make you mad." And I
remember
went,
you
"Hey,
telling me
it's all
about
about buy, selling, and trading. You do whatever you want with your car,
Enjoy it.
And
Once
there's
you've
no-
enjoyed it, pass it on to somebody else.
Right. Well, he's like, "I don't collect Porsches," and I'm like, "Hey, it's all good. I mean, I'm not offended at all by it. I'm actually was kind of happy what they got for it. So,
Nice.
that was a good thing. So,
So
but Chris Dangler did these for us
Oh, okay. Great.
and
Nice.
hit it out of the park. I think,
I
anyway.
think-
Yeah.
He did a great job on all three cars. I mean, that's
Well, actually,
awesome.
there was a fourth car, but we don't have one of those, do we?
No,
It was
it was a Honda Civic.
Oh,
it was
Yeah.
That was the Chase.
the Chase or the Super Chase, and there was one of one, and this one, the Combi, there was one of four, and so Jeff and I said, we're going to get one because we need to get one, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to.
And so, and then we each obviously got our own cars. So, yeah, we've had a lot of fun with it. We did have a lot of fun with it.
Yep, I think everybody liked it.
nice.
Most definitely.
Okay.
It
So we
was
had
fun. It was fun
go
picking
ahead.
up the castings, and it was the debate. To me, it was the year. Last year was the year of the Porsche. I mean, it was Dollar General. Dollar General did a mail-in, and how many Porsches were released last year? It was the year of the Porsche in my mind, and
Yeah.
And,
convention.
Yeah.
Jeff is like, Barb, this is like Honda's version of a Camaro. Why wouldn't we want this? You know, I mean, he's like, what are you thinking? You know?
Oh,
You just ruined Preludes for Kent forever. That is amazing.
and I like that
There's
car.
a lot of guys that like the JDM stuff, so
Oh,
we
yeah.
thought a JDM car would be a good one too. So
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
I gotta get rid of all my Preludes now.
yeah.
So,
So
we've
we,
gotten a few questions. One was, is there any team cars still available? And then there was also, is there any Chase Combis available? And then there was also, I'm a Porsche guy and got the Honda and am not mad about it. They are very, very nice. So,
That was nice.
there's just a couple cars left, and I can't remember how many of each there were, but not very many left. But they can contact us. We haven't decided exactly how we want to distribute those
I think we were letting people trade if they wanted to.
amongst each other.
Right, if
No.
they wanted to, not necessarily with us, but we were like encouraging that. There were a few people that were like, I really am a Honda collector, can, you know, so yeah, we were trying to hook people up
Yeah,
that day, weren't we?
there were people that did swap that day. Part of what we did in order to make it a little more fun and have people not be all in line for one car was we bagged them up and we put them in a dump bin that came from a Hy-Vee, and we let them pick a car out of there, so it was a surprise when they opened it.
very nice. We did something similar when we do our Halloween cars. We put them into brown paper bags, or in this case, it was half brown and half white paper bags, and that was, you just got to pull whatever you got to pull, and if you weren't there, you know, we pulled for you. So,
Yep.
but
Yeah, we did that. We did that live for the people that were members as well, and we did a Facebook Live just because we didn't want it to be like staged or something, but we actually.
Yep, we had John pull the cars, and we opened them up so that they could see what they got.
Except for two that wanted to open them up.
Oh yeah, there's two people that didn't want theirs open, so they wanted to open them themselves.
And that's okay. That's all
yeah,
good.
hey, sometimes the surprise is worth the wait.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, we definitely have had fun with it, and we definitely have fun. Actually, one of the fun things we have is discussing the casting choices, you know, what's out there, what we can find, what's good, what's bad, what's not so good, what's not, you know,
Right.
you know, what we think. And then I can tell you that we both have picked our chases, and our chases are going to blow your minds. Do you not believe
I
it?
think so.
I think they are. What do I know, though?
I can't wait to see what you guys come up with next.
So, yeah, so we're working through it, and really, we had so much fun picking the wheels out, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah, you know, it was like just all the aspects of it. Chris let us be involved in all the design aspects. Do you want, you know, do you want me to do this? Do you want to do that? Do you want it in a cube? Do you want rail riders? What do you want? Kind of thing, you know. And so Chris was great with helping us do a lot of that stuff, you know.
Nice.
We had fun.
Yep.
That's the neat thing about, you know, customs is you know, even with our club cars and stuff, you get to have that design in there, and you get to make it your own, and that's what's really fun about it. So.
Yep. Well, and this one, I guess I would say was the first release of our club car with our new
With
logo.
our new logo.
Right, Jonathan and Jeff designed the new logo, so this was the first release of our new logo on a car, so that was fun for them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, John does a really nice job of coming up with ideas for that stuff.
We just did one for Northland Diecast too, so which you know, our neighbors to the north.
Yeah, we're all neighbors. There's just a long driving in between sometimes.
Right. Absolutely,
Just a little
absolutely.
bit of a drive.
So, yeah, so we are that. This happens in our December show. Usually, it's the first Saturday in December that we get together. Sorry, I can't reach it. So
Twisted the box.
I twisted the box.
Twisted
I'm
the box.
sorry. That's our schedule, and we'll have it on our Facebook page. But the December show is
December 7th.
and that'll be when we do the Team Barb, Team Jeff again.
Nice.
You know, there'll be other things in between that we'll be doing. January 20th, as you mentioned before, is our next show. And then it'll be right before we head off to Nationals in March for our show after that. Not we, me,
Yeah, you.
John and I, but
Yeah. But we'll see you in April for sure.
Yep.
yep. Well, we're driving, so we're going to head out early and try to get a few things, you know, seeing America under our belt kind of thing that we like to do. So it's all good.
Word.
You got to get out and see it every once in a while.
Yep.
I'm just not a good cross country driver.
You know?
Well, for me, if I had the availability to take more time off of work
There you go.
and not lose, you know, substantial amounts of my paycheck, I wouldn't mind, you know, taking an extra week off and just driving across and not having a problem. But
Because you know what it is, don't you? You
What's
don't
that?
stop at a rest area to go potty. You stop at a Walmart to
Oh,
go
yeah.
potty. You know,
When-
you don't.
Exactly.
oh yeah, we went when we went
Oh.
down to Tulsa and right before Thanksgiving. Yeah, we hit several Walmarts, a couple Harley dealerships, went to the Evil Knievel Museum.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a long drive down, but it was a great time, and you know, it was a good time, and I'm glad that we went. And
Memories.
yeah, you're
And
not
they're
wrong.
memories.
You
you know?
definitely stop everywhere but where you should.
Yeah.
The drive home in the rain wasn't fun.
Wasn't bad. I drove from pretty much Tulsa all the way back here nonstop.
Yeah, we picked up a little bit of steam on the way home.
Men on a mission, right?
Well, I was the only one awake in the entire truck for most of the drive, so, and I was the driver.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna keep on rolling because if I don't have to stop, they're asleep.
Yeah.
We made some pretty good time.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on, how did you guys both start collecting? How did you both get into it?
Well, for me, I started when I was a kid back in '68 when they Hot Wheels first came out, and I still have my original cars. And then I had a guy that worked for me that he was part of the original group here. That he passed away just before Dave did, didn't he? Anyway, he got me into collecting again in around 2000, I think it was. I started collecting seriously, and this room is the result of that.
And for us, Jonathan was born in '92, and Dave wanted to start a collection for Jonathan as a baby for something that he could remember and we could do as a family unit kind of thing. And we started with baseball and football cards. And when John was like 6 months old, David was like, oh, no, cards aren't going to cut it. He's a toddler. You know, we have to have something else. And he's always was a car guy. He painted cars, and that was his big deal. And I mean big cars, not little ones, right? So he got into Hot Wheels at that point and met Mike Balliff. I don't know if you know his name, but Mike is a local guy here that introduced David to Steve and Roger Charter down in Des Moines. And then with that affiliation, David ended up going out to California to meet Mike Strauss and to be involved in the committee and to be involved in one of the early on conventions there. And so I would tell you that's kind of how I got involved. You either get involved as a spouse or
Get left behind.
get left behind, right? And it's actually very fun. It's a very fun, family for me, it's a very fun, family-orientated hobby. And honestly speaking, from somebody who's suffered a loss, I would be lost without my Hot Wheel family. Since Dave passed away, virtually every day I've heard from somebody in the Hot Wheel family, whether it be Jeff or somebody locally in Mason City, maybe it would be somebody out of Minnesota, maybe it be you, Kent, or somebody out of Nebraska, maybe it's somebody out of Missouri or Chicago or Mocan or, California. Yeah, West Coast, East Coast. Every day, without fail, I've heard from somebody, which I think I'm fortunate and blessed that way, because not everybody that's suffered a loss has had that kind of family support. And to me, I mean, I'll be forever grateful for the Hot Wheel family we have. So
Nice.
Yeah,
that's my deal.
These little toy cars have definitely brought a lot of people together for the right
Absolutely.
reasons.
And who would have think of it when you're in a room like that? If you look around and you look at the people in the room, would you know those people had it not be for this hobby? I say
No.
that all the time. We
Yep.
get together as a group and you look around and like, would I know Matt Gabe if it wouldn't be for this hobby? Would I know Brendan? Would I know, Jeff even?
Right.
Yeah.
Even though he's from Clear Lake, would I know him if it wasn't for this hobby? And so, and would you two know each other?
No,
Potentially?
No.
definitely not, because he lives 2 hours away from me, and we met because of these cars. We met at a toy show in Lincoln. So if he hadn't have came down from Norfolk to go to Lincoln, and I hadn't have came from Omaha and went to Lincoln, we would have never met. So
Right. And look where look, you guys are like best buddies, right?
well, I don't know about that. Well, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we are really good friends, and I'm glad to know everybody that I've met within this hobby. And
Right. You're in the
know,
same position. Yeah. I think a lot of people feel that way. And I get a lot of people have lost that feeling with, I don't know, attitudes of what's going on in the world today. But for me, that's a big deal, is that camaraderie and that family aspect that I feel anyway with the groups,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. We could go to Baltimore and we'd feel very welcome. We could go to Cleveland and
Ohio.
go see these guys, and we'd be right at home.
Yep.
Right. You see each other twice a year and you step back into, it's like you haven't missed a beat,
And unfortunately, some of these guys we only get to see once a year. So
Yep. I get that.
hey, Barb, what is it?
Did it? I don't know what that means.
I don't know
Who
either.
said that? Is that James? Yeah, it was James.
Yeah. I don't know what bidets are.
But what is?
BIDETS. Bidets? I don't know.
Oh, bidet.
Oh.
There must be an inside joke on there somewhere.
There is.
I don't know if we can get in there. We family friendly on this one, so.
I don't want to know
At the
where
Christmas
the hose
show,
goes.
at the Christmas show, we always do Dirty Santa at the end. And so you never know what's going to be in Dirty Santa. Anyway, one year, somebody got a bidet.
It would be Mr.
Whipper. Yeah.
Well, that's who asked it, so it makes perfect sense.
We're
Oh, my.
gonna start collecting those for him.
Well, I mean,
Gotta go.
Hot Wheels has got the Gotta Go, and what was the other one?
There's a toilet car.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah,
I can't remember what
there
that
we
one's
go.
called.
I have to tell you a funny story about the toilet car. Dave and I, when he was alive, we do a lot of charity work, and we did Relay for Life out of Worth County. And when the toilet cars first came out, we did a toilet car race at a relay event to raise money at the big relay event. And so it was the sheriff of Worth County against the mayor of Kensett, Iowa, which is a small town. And it was like the biggest thing is them racing their toilet cars, and to get the trophy that, guess what had on it? A toilet. toilet seat. But anyway, yeah, it was just a fun time. And Hot Wheels just bring people, especially people that have childhood memories associated with them. It kind of brings them together as
Family.
family. Yeah, it has a way.
Nice.
you
Well, way to put that right in there, Jeff. That was perfect.
He's good.
Yeah, he's playing the straight man pretty good here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What has been your guys' favorite experience or best experience in the hobby? Is there something that stands out in particular?
There's a lot of little things
Yeah.
that stand out. You know, we've had a lot of emotional moments. Me personally, I have had a lot of emotional moments. On my day celebration of life here at this facility was pretty emotional for me. But we've had a lot of things where kids, as they grow up, and as they go from, we see them from being 3 and 4 to 7 and 8, into
Yeah.
young adults, and them coming to us like, it's just warming the way how they interact with us, don't you think?
Yeah.
Thinking like Sam and Danielle and Andy's kids, and
Yeah, they're just like part of our family.
yeah.
Grandchildren, children.
Yep. It's really, heartwarming for that kind of thing. We had a kind of an impactful moment where one time, it was a few years ago now, we had a young girl in town that suffered from a form of leukemia.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a bake sale here, and there were hundreds of people here supporting pre-COVID, hundreds of people here supporting that family and that event and that community drive to support that family through that tough time. And for us, that was pretty rewarding, seeing that happen, that we are part of that. That was
Mm-hmm.
that was impactful.
Yep.
Very nice.
That there's always something, I think.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Nice. Anything in particular for you, Jeff?
I personally enjoy people, so I enjoy getting together with the folks that come. We enjoy getting together here when guys come in on Saturday mornings. It's just that kind of thing is what really drives me.
And it's really educational a lot of times. On Saturday mornings, they delve into things like, what are the specifics of this casting, and how many parts and pieces does this actually have? And, they actually delve into a lot of the history of things all together as a group. And that's actually kind of fun to watch and listen to as well.
Nice.
And the neat thing,
did-
oh,
Go
hold
ahead,
on.
Frank.
I was going to say, and the neat thing is it doesn't matter if you've been in the hobby for a week or for 30 plus years, you can still learn things. I was talking to Mr. Willie Washington a couple weeks ago, and he schooled me on something on my favorite casting, so that I didn't know. So now I have to do some more hunting, I have a feeling. But it's a small detail, but the steering wheel is open and it's closed on the Mercedes. So
The Mercedes too.
yeah, on the 380 SEL Mercedes, and
Okay.
I just happen to have, I don't know what this one here is. I got this one in an auction the other night. It's a Canadian short card, but they're really hard to see because the steering wheels are on the. But this one is open, so that's an open steering wheel. So now I have to see if I have the closed version. So
One down, 400
100
million more to go.
pretty much, that's okay though, because I'm not going to chase them all. So
Did you notice sarcasm there, Jeff?
A little.
A little. I
Just
picked
a
up a
small-
little sarcasm there, buddy.
no, I'm just I just think it's cool
Not
that
from you. Not
Oh.
from you.
oh.
From,
Yeah.
from your co-partner there.
Yeah. I ignore him a lot. It's okay.
And we all know he will go after every single one of them.
Yeah, we do.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's
No.
okay though. Jeff is like that as well. If he finds out that there's a error, correct?
Yeah.
He's on it.
I do have an unspun of the Mercedes, so
There you go. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
yep.
Nice. So my question was, and it was in regards to the kids, and you were talking about how they grow up. Do you see a lot where as they grow up, they kind of go away from it, and then as they get older, they come back, or do they just never leave?
Oh, sometimes a little bit of both ways there. I mean, we've got, like Barb was saying, we've got a family that the girls, even though they're anywhere from late teens to late 20s,
Right.
they like to come back and visit when we have a show. And
They hang out with me and help cook, and they did that when they were little girls. I mean, it's just, I have things like there's a young man, Andy's son, there's a young man that colored me a thing and said, my favorite thing to do is to help you cook. Oh my gosh, I have to keep that
Yep.
forever and ever, right? Dan's young son did something similar with you. I mean, they love to race. They love this is a safe place for kids. And I think it's felt that way, and I think that's a big deal.
I think people appreciate that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's a great answer. Okay, the toughest question of the night, the one that everybody's been dying for, and I think James
Started it.
kind of started it off, jumped the gun a little bit. There it is, folks. Which way do you face your open or loose cars? And to follow up on that, it's either driver's side or passenger side. There is a debate over what is the correct way.
Ooh, look at that. Did you see that, Kent? I saw
I
it.
saw that and it's wrong. Wrong.
You lose again. You lose again.
Okay, so here's the deal. Chris Dangler did this. This looks good this way. But on our package cars, we have it face passenger side out. Because that's how Mattel does a lot of them.
Yep.
But you said
Kent loses again.
You said loose cars, right?
Yes, loose cars.
When you display them.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
when I display mine, I display them in the display cases and stuff, and I like to vary the directions that the cars are sitting. So sometimes sometimes they're straight on, sometimes they're facing left or right or diagonally. I like to mix them up that way.
We talked about having Team Barb facing Team Jeff like it's a face-off kind of thing. But then we didn't want people to think that we were that way. We're not competitive, and that's not what the idea is for me to beat him or him to beat me. Our idea is we hope you love both our cars and both the castings, and we hope you feel happy with either one that you get. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Correct.
Very correct.
So, but
The only
yeah,
reason, the only reason we asked that question is because behind Kent they're all driver's side out, and behind me they're all passenger side out. So
Yeah.
well, I would tell you every package car that I've packaged for, and I've done primarily 85 to 95% of the packaging for Des Moines and for Mason City. This one I didn't package, Chris Sankler did, but has been, passenger side out. Right?
Okay.
Is that
Yeah.
you, Kent?
No, I'm driver's side.
no.
And
But-
no,
but-
we've had to talk about that too.
Well, that's my boss, Miss Gloria, is saying that she likes to turn my cars around when I'm not looking, but that would actually require her to come over here and do some more inventory, and so. But she's been out doing some stuff, so she's been sick. So
Some people put them in diagonally in a showcase, you know what I mean? So that you can see, you know,
3/4
maybe
angle
the
look.
front or whatever, yeah, or the back, or
Yeah, that's shots fired when you mess with Brent's cars and turn them around. I
Yeah.
learned that the hard way. I got
Yeah.
yelled at.
I don't care if you pick them up and look at them. Just make sure that they go back the exact same way you picked them up.
Okay, so going back to another question, what's your, I guess, top car, or the one that means the most to you, or whether it's sentimental or value?
Yeah, what?
I have a lot of cars that mean something to me. I mean, I've always liked the Shelby 427 Cobras from when I was a kid. I like Porsche 928s because I had one of those back in the early 80s. And I like the Cadillac 16. That was one that I really liked. I thought Cadillac did a nice job on that car, and I thought Hot Wheels, yeah, that's the one.
I don't even have to get up. I am a big
That's a
Cadillac
fast
16. I just think they did a really cool job with it. It was just a really neat car. So.
Yep. And then I like Mini Coopers because I always liked the movie The Italian Job. I thought when they were running those little cars through the tunnels and up and down the steps and stuff, I thought, man, those are cool cars. So I have a lot of favorites, I guess. But
These two run cars up and down steps when they go to the convention.
Do they?
Saying. Yeah, they do. They're known to do that.
Well, we're not known for it. We participate.
Participate.
That's not one of our events. So
we are graciously invited, and we have fun, and we get to watch people wreck really expensive dinner cars when they send them down the escalator.
Yep, they do that.
yeah, and we're going to use this. Hopefully, we'll have to find a better spot this year for Atlanta because last time we were in Atlanta, we used a really, really, really long staircase, and that was not easy to do. We pretty much had to hold the track because it kept falling off. So, hopefully, we're going to have a little bit of redesign for this year. But either way, we'll definitely have fun.
Yeah, I got kind of worried because we're flinging metal cars down this track, and they would jump off, and there was this glass guard or rail, something, and it would go ping.
oh boy.
Yeah, there was a guy that raced the dinner car from Columbus down the track, and it came off the track, and it lost a little bit of its paint real quick. So twice, yes. And then he pink raced it and lost it. So
So it happens, though.
yeah, hey, that's racing. You know, if you're gonna throw it down, you got to throw it down. So
Well, that's one of the races we have with the kids. At the last race we do is we race a pinks race, and the winner gets all the cars.
very
They
nice.
like that. The winner really likes that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody else is a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, they have to decide whether they want to get rid of it.
They have to decide whether they want to race a car that they don't care if they lose, or if they want to race a car that they're going to win with.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough thing for some of them, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot of times we have some of the kids that win all the cars that give the cars back to the other kids, and that's really neat to watch that happen too.
Yep.
Very nice.
There's hope yet for our youth.
Yep.
There is.
Okay, so got a couple more here. What can collectors do to make the overall hobby better?
What do collectors do to make it better?
What can they do?
I guess my feeling is that this isn't a competition to beat the other guy for the cars, that kind of stuff. I mean, it's to have fun, help each other out. If somebody's looking for something, help them find what they're looking for. That's what we do up here.
We try to be kind or encourage people to be kind. And what we see a lot of anymore is somebody throwing something out there and thinking it's fact when indeed it's just a statement. It might not be fact. I think they're throwing it out to see if it sticks or whatever, you know, and we just encourage people to get their facts before they start throwing shade.
Yeah.
You know, we don't like, drama. There's too much drama going on anymore. We don't really encourage drama here.
And I don't think we have any.
No, I don't. I'm feeling like we
I
don't.
think everybody gets along really well, and
Okay.
You know, there's a lot of shows that are trying to get bigger and larger, and it's all about maybe making more money as a club and getting bigger and larger. For us, it's more about supporting our base and supporting the community and keeping our unit cohesive and happy.
right.
Awesome.
Very
And
nice.
so, you know, we've had the same number of tables since we started,
Yeah,
correct?
that's
Nice.
right.
Okay,
And
so-
we're okay with that. Jeff's got a whole other room. We could work our tails off and clean up that whole other room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Shut up, Barb.
He's like, no, we can't.
No, but I mean, he's got a lot of stuff, but and that's okay because he's got a lot of cool stuff. Don't get me wrong, right?
Yeah.
I think it would ruin the charm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, we like the size this is, and we're not looking to become the next, you know, like the biggest show in the Midwest. We're looking to become just us,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
continuing to
Love
be
it.
our show.
Well, and
Love
the size that we're at, it's easy for everybody to talk to each other, to go around the room and
Mhm.
see what everybody's got, and that's kind of how the relationships are built too.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I can tell you honestly, a lot of the men here in this group and they feel like brothers to each other. And when somebody hurts, they all hurt. When somebody wins, they all win. And it's kind of nice to see that happen,
Mhm.
you know?
Gotcha. That's awesome.
Yep.
All right. So one last question for tonight, and then we'll give you if you want to plug your this weekend, we'll go ahead and do that too.
I gotta
If
run
there
upstairs
is-
real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. If there is any one show that you'd want to go to, what one would it be?
Can I answer that?
Sure.
Yours? 'Cause I haven't been to one of yours. So my bucket list has yours on it. To be honest, I have like 4. Yours is on my bucket list. I have Tim and Stormy Patterson's on my bucket list. I have it's a jackpot, red line
Oh,
jackpot
yeah.
one in Las Vegas
Yep.
on my list. And I have T-Town on my list. So those are 4 that I have on my list that I would like to hit. But again, I go to over 20 a year, so it's hard to get them all booked in. But
We've gone to a couple T-towns now, and they are so nice to everybody.
mhm.
Very well organized. Pretty. They're very fair and even across the board, but it is super busy. That is
Well, I hear
not.
there's a great show in Tucson as well, like 400 or 500 tables strong, um, and that I think that's in February or March. But that would mean me leaving Iowa this
Yeah.
time of year. I don't know if I
I
don't
think that
know.
would be good.
I don't think
You
that'd be
wouldn't
good.
enjoy that at all.
No, I wouldn't want to go to the heat, would I?
No.
Anyway,
No. Mm-mm.
but
We like
anyway,
the
yeah,
cold and the
there's a
snow.
lot of really great shows all across the country. But honestly, Kent, your guys' show is on my list this year. You know,
Well, we would really appreciate if you could make it. I know the July show is not really in the cards this year.
Not for me.
Not any of your fault. That's kind of not knowing what things were going to be like. But I think next year, if we do that again, we will move it up in the schedule a little bit.
Hi,
I think we
sweetie.
got.
Oh, here we're
there's
almost,
the photo bomb.
almost gonna have.
We're gonna
Oh.
have the photo bomber. Yeah,
She changed her mind.
she wanted to come over and see me, but we Jeff kind of.
Oh, I didn't stop her.
Oh, she didn't like it.
I
Huh?
thought maybe they'd want to see her, but she didn't want to. She didn't want to keep moving. Come here.
Come here.
All right, so
It's got to be
I
her
think-
idea.
Yeah.
Do you have any shows you want to go to this year?
Well, I'd like to go up to New Prague once, and your guys' shows are on Sundays, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
typically.
that just doesn't work for me. But I would enjoy getting down there for that sometime. But
Well, we do have a couple this summer that are going to be on Saturdays. We've got the big one, obviously, July 27th in Fremont, and then we think we have a one in June, about a month prior, that's on a Saturday at the Electrical Union Hall. So
Okay.
we'll be out there. That's another Saturday. We'll set up on Friday, get everything ready to go, and have some fun. You know, that's a really nice place. They got a big stage area. We put people up there to kind of just hang out, sit down, relax, talk,
here
and
she is.
go from there. There we go.
And
Nice
you can
photo
hear
bomb.
she's purring.
Yay. Black cats are amazing.
He's got two of them here.
Very nice.
Isn't they? Where's your sister? But
Correct.
yeah, and like I said, there's so many shows in the Midwest. I mean, it's so easy to support a Midwest show, whether it be out of Chicago or, you know, Minnesota, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas. I mean, Wichita has shows. St. Louis has a couple shows a month. It's just overwhelming. You can look at a flyer and almost go anywhere, almost any weekend during the summer, and in, you know, spring and fall to a show, and that's kind of a great thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I would really encourage people to get out there and go see some of these shows. I mean, get a buddy or two,
Yep.
fill up a car, roll down,
Agreed.
just hang out.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
And be
It's
open-minded. They're all different. You know, every show has different personalities and different philosophies. Indianapolis does a great show. Margin, Dave do a great show in Indianapolis, and I would, you know, there's so many. Windy City does a really good show, but they're all different. I think Windy City's on the Wednesday, if I remember right. I mean, it's all different, and it's
Wednesday.
but it's no right or wrong. You know what I mean? It's
it's different.
it's what fits for their people, and that's huge, you know.
Yeah.
You just go and enjoy what it is.
Yep,
Yeah.
embrace it.
And one of my favorite things about going to different shows in different areas is you find different things. You know,
That's true,
you get to
too.
meet you get to meet more people for one, and you get to see different cars that, you know, you go to your local show every time, you might see the same stuff week out, you know, show after show after show. But when you go to a different show that you've never been to before, you can come home with something that's completely like, ooh, that's cool. I know that when we went down to Tulsa, I came home with some amazing shows, you know, or some amazing finds. When, you know, the one time that we have made it up to your guys' show, I have one of my all-time happiest, one of my greatest finds in a long time. I actually got it to your guys' show, and I was very, very, very happy to get it. And
Firecrackers.
well, no, it was actually a. I don't know if you remember them or not, but they're the top speed cars. They're clear plastic. They don't weigh anything at all, but they have little metal hooks off the bottom of them, and they launch. And Grandpa actually had the playset that I had as a child. I still have that playset, but it's a little messed up. So I have now a mint unopened box that I was able to bring home from your guys' show. So
That's
That's
a good
great.
trip.
yeah,
Yep,
I like
we
that trip.
we do have usually a pretty good mix of stuff here.
Yeah.
I'd like to say we don't always have the same people.
Yeah.
We have quite often, you know, obviously Grandpa Gary's here all the time, Jeff's here all the time, but we do have a mix of people they're not always here.
We have some real regulars that are here all the time, and then a lot of the tables just kind of people float in and out, and we make it work for them if we can.
yep,
Nice. Nice. I love it.
definitely a good time.
Well, I think that's all the questions we have, unless somebody else has any out there. But, you know, while we're waiting for those to trickle in, why don't you guys give one more shout out for your show?
We're booked for tables right now.
This Saturday, January 20th, is our next show. It's at Great Country Motors. Jeff owns this building, by the way, and it's really just a fun time. Come and have fun, meet the guys, say hi. A lot of people walk in at first and just don't know what to think. They just kind of stop and look around. We get that a lot. We know when they're first time. Huh?
That's what I did. I was just like, oh, this is going to be fun. I think I walked around for like 45 minutes before we even set up. So,
yeah, and that's probably one of the few times I had a hard time corralling him. Usually it's the other way around.
I was gone. I was like, ooh.
Yep, and we have David's stuff underneath plastic still, so eventually one day as we start, and we're starting to work through some of that, we used to carry a lot of it on the back wall, correct?
Yep.
But some of it would just like somehow disappear. We were worried about that, so we put it all under plastic, but we're starting to go through some of that now. So some of that you'll be seeing coming out maybe in picnics and things like that, maybe the birthday pop-up, stuff like that. You'll see, different things happening with
Nice.
me selling a collection. So,
And come race with us.
oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Racing is
Definitely.
huge.
I got smoked by a couple of kids, and I'm not ashamed to admit that.
They
It's
love it.
actually-
When they can beat an adult, they love it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They have so
Somebody
much fun.
Let's see, who said that? I think it was
That was James.
Mr. James says, bring my cards, please, Deb. Or, dang it! Dang
Did he call me Deb?
No, I was reading a comment, but I
Did he
still
call me Deb?
switched it in my
Yes,
head.
he did.
He did call me Deb. So,
Uh-huh.
see the guy on the right there, Jeff?
Yeah.
I want to come up with another name for him because he always calls me Miss Deb. No, I love Deb.
That is
Don't
the
get
only
me
time
wrong.
I have ever done that. And I was reading a comment, and I still switched it in my head. Ken is ruining all of us.
Kent used to do it too.
I'm sorry.
Deb is out of their group, and we were at a convention together. So she held up a card that said Miss Barb and with an arrow pointing to me, and I held up a card that said Miss Deb with an arrow pointing to her, just so people know the difference between us, right? Didn't do any good, obviously.
And I give him, I mess with him all the time for doing it, and then that's the only time I've ever done it. So
That we've ever heard him do it, right? Right, Kent?
Right.
I don't know. I don't
Uh-huh.
know.
I'm just giving you some crap, Brent.
That's all right. Yes,
Oh,
both
okay.
ladies are the best.
Are you
Yes.
are you guys doing Hardy Adams and Facebook things at the convention coming up in Atlanta?
I believe there might be some live streaming coming up on that event. Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're going to try to do as much as we can this year. We were having a little too much fun last year. I think we need to focus a little bit more. So
Well, there we go. There's the official.
yes, we are. Mr. Joe says yes, we are. So
Hi,
Yeah,
Joe.
Yep, and Barb says hi to Joe again.
He's my buddy.
Yeah, I enjoy doing the Hardy. I'm glad that we can help bring more viewers to it. We did it the first time just to kind of bring what it was, and then Joe and T-Cat and Mike and Roy have been kind enough to let us keep interrupting their awesomeness.
Hello.
Oh, good Lord.
Everybody that's involved in the Hardy Adams group is just a kick in the pants, but they raise money for charity, and so I get to be the one, at the last two that I've been involved with, I get to be the one that says pay the lady, and
Yeah,
so that was my job.
that's a good job for you. You're good at that.
Yeah.
Nobody will say no to
Pay
Barb.
the lady kind of thing, you know. Well,
Mhm.
but I am associated with the charity.
Nobody says no to Deb, right?
Yeah. Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Oh, Lord.
Now we even got Jeff going in on it.
Oh.
That's awesome. All right, folks. I really don't have anything else. I mean, we got to tear up some cardboard yet tonight. I didn't really mention that to you guys, but and I apologize. What we like to do at the end of a day is make bad decisions with cardboard. Brent,
We
if you
can
wanna
do
go-
this.
We talked about it, but I said, "Oh, I'll look at home," and then the weather started getting bad, and
Oh no.
yeah, I ended up being on another call, and it was like, oh, I guess I forgot him at home. So
It happens. It's not.
Well,
it's never mandatory for the guests. It's never mandatory for us. It's just sometimes we have things that we want to open, and today is definitely one of. It's a really good one for me. And the neat thing about this car is, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier with, you make friends from all over the place. And I told the story last week. I was in an auction a couple weeks ago, and I bid on this yellow Peterbilt cement truck that is, in case you can't see there, the sticker says India on it. This is not the original packaging it came with, but it is stapled to the card. And so I figured that, it was roped to me. I didn't win the auction, but it was roped to me in the auction. And it's going to be opened right now because it doesn't belong on this card, for one. And for what in the world, there's a little divider here in the back. There we go. And now, there we go. And I will probably leave the homemade India sticker on the bottom of it. But there is my India Peterbilt cement truck that was given to me by one of my great friends that I met through this hobby. So, oh yeah, there it is. And I already have a place for it on the wall.
that
Which
just,
direction is it going to face?
Oh, it will be passenger side out like always.
I thought you could put it the other way for Kent, just once.
Oh no.
No.
That would drive him crazy.
Yeah, because it'd be the only one up there. And in fact, here, let's
his
see if I can.
OCD would go be in,
It actually gets to go right here.
There we go. Hey, don't drop it.
I'm not. Don't worry. So yeah, it's got its new home on the wall. So
All right. So, yeah, just some JDM stuff. Nothing important. Now, that was really bad. There we go. Little skyline action.
it's still a very cool car. What if the car happens to have a single center seat? Well, then it doesn't. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It's a toilet.
I'm trying to think of cars that just have a center seat.
Toilet car.
Yeah, and I got those somewhere.
tea bucket.
And then, yeah. Here's one for you guys. We'll rip one for you. Number 3678 of 5,000. Larry's farewell. Passion.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yep, that's down a real signature. Whoops.
There you go.
This is a really pretty car. Okay.
And since there is two of them, I guess I'll rip one for the other one. I'm going to go with the 23rd annual Collectors Nationals, number 5895 of 6200. I'm going to go ahead and open up this little nice yellow Camaro
Nice.
because I did not.
We're gonna have people crying in the background for that,
Hey, that's not my problem, I got mine, and this is an extra one that I had, so I'll put it on the wall.
Yeah.
And there's the Nationals information, so there we go.
Awesome.
They're just toys. You got to enjoy them. And they roll way better out of the packaging.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, with
They
the
roll
exception-
farther anyway.
Well, maybe with the exception of the Charlotte Dinner 64 GMC.
Yeah.
That was a brick.
That thing,
No.
not all of those roll at all. I mean, you can, like, I can just barely push the
Literally.
Camaro and it rolls across the table. I can literally shove my GMC and it'll move about that far. So they look
Cool.
better ripped. There you go, Lincoln. They look way better. And you can look at them and you can actually, enjoy them and spin the tires and enjoy them as the toys that they are. Yes, they are collectibles and they are collector's items, but they're in the end, they're just toys. So.
Right. And that's really what they're designed for in the beginning anyway, right?
Yep.
Kids,
Word.
for
Yeah.
toys.
Yep.
Word.
They weren't meant to be retirements. They were meant to be toys.
Right.
Well, we would like to thank both Mr. Jeff and Miss Barb for coming out tonight,
thank
braving
you
the
guys.
weather. Thank you for telling us about the top of Iowa and Mason City, and congratulations on 20 years of being a club and a great role model for other clubs. And we want to wish you all a very good show this Saturday. Brent, you got anything?
I think you just pretty much covered everything. And thanks for coming on again. Yeah, I definitely had a blast.
Well, thanks for having us.
And
Anytime.
Come out and see us and share some time with the family.
There you go. We'll definitely have to make another run up there.
All right, everyone. That's all we got for this week. Next week, we will be back on at 7 Central. We're not going to say who it is. You're going to like it. But we'd like to thank next week's guest in advance. And come watch us and hang out for a little bit, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Good night, everyone. Good night, Jeff and Barb, and y'all have a great night.
All
right.
right.
You too. Be
You too,
safe.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.